The underlying energy here when it comes to how your person is currently feeling about you in separation, what they want you to know is that they are thinking about you obsessively. Something has taken over them, is consuming their mind, their thoughts. When it comes to you, you are the center of their focus. I don't know what you guys shared, how deep it went, but they cannot get you off their mind. They are thinking about you obsessively now in this time of separation. They're extremely interested in what it is you're doing. What are you up to? Who are you with, if anyone? What are you thinking about? Are they on your mind as well? They're very interested in knowing what's going on because there's some unrest here, some distress, but there's definite interest and intrigue, a need to know where you are, why the separation. They may be planning their return and resurgence, I'm hearing. They want to make plans to come toward you and actually bring you something of value. Not just anything, but they want to bring you in, bring you closer, excuse me, with an offer of passion. But it doesn't seem like it's a empty offer. The Three of Wands talks about planning and like getting the rewards of your effort and hard work back somehow through what you've invested. So they may be ready to invest more time into the situation and more of the things that you're interested in having with them. But there is a coming together energy here. This person, again, is thinking on ways that they can reignite the flame. You may feel kind of bored of their current approaches or the way things have gone within the connection. Perhaps, you are just over it because you've seen it all. You've experienced it all, if not with this particular person, just with, possible connections in the past where it's like, I been there, done that. I don't, want that again. And you feel like it could be you taking a step backwards, if you entertain a connection here that is unfulfilling and that doesn't give you what you ultimately want, and you can't hide that from yourself at the end of the day. Can't lie to yourself. We have the Judgment card here, so there could be a call coming in or some type of outreach where this person they just can't take it anymore. They can't take the silence. They can't take the distance or the separation. They have to say something. They're compelled. Well, they heed the call. They're being drawn to, led to reach out and to inquire about what it is you're doing, how you've been. I think that they genuinely want to know. Maybe they just don't know how. And they could be coming up with some kind of plan. How am I going to get this person's attention? What am I going to say? I have this burning desire and this need to come clean and, just reach out and say something, but you know what I mean? Like, what's holding me back here? The Hierophant is here. This person wants things to be more serious within the connection. They feel like you are the key, you hold the key to their lock. You may activate something in them that's highly spiritual, maybe something that they've never felt or experienced before within a connection, and they're planning on how they can really honor this connection, how they can show you that they do value you, contrary to what you may think sometimes or what you may feel in this period of separation. The Seven of Swords. If they haven't been forthright with the way that they feel up to this point, you may feel like they're lying or they're being deceitful or they're trying to hide something, because what is the sense in holding back? What is the use in keeping quiet when it comes to, having genuine feelings for someone? I mean, they may not be a deceitful person, per se. They may not be actively lying to you, but you may sense that something is off, or maybe you're just not getting what you want and feel like it has to do with the silence that's taking place, and which you believe is their choice to silence themselves right now. But I feel like they want to work together with you, come together and work on building something lasting with you, something strong, and something that combines both of your skills to build up and make a success. They may want to include you in their plans. There may be something that they want to do, work with you on, a collaborative project of some sort. Perhaps that's what they want to come through and say. They may be working on something and need help and want your support with it. That's just a possible scenario there. But again, this is a spiritual connection here. This is this is definitely something that is powerful. I feel like your person is maturing and they're realizing things about what they want that they are, planning to come forward and tell you and be direct and clear on, you know? I feel like, if they weren't sure before about what they wanted, they're becoming very clear on that, and they're going to speak up and say, this is what I want, and it's going to come from a very clear-headed space. Like, I've had time to think about this. I know that this is it for me. I understand what needs to happen in order to grow this bond. There may be something that they may need to leave behind, whatever fear here may be holding them back from communicating what it is that they are feeling for you. They need to walk away from some kind of blockage. There's some block in the way. There's something getting in the way of them being honest. about what they feel at this time. Cards are falling all over the place. I'm gonna shuffle again only because it was a couple cards that came out, but I think I saw what they were. Yeah, I feel like this person's perspective is changing with the Hangman here. You know, like I said, they're experiencing some kind of maturation. That's how you pronounce it. Just maturing and looking at things in a different way. They may be used to being independent, living on their own or doing for themselves, and perhaps they're not used to having other people do for them, at least not like in a very genuine way. Or maybe they're used to people, you know, doing for them and, you know, holding it over their head or having something to say about it later. But you've changed their mind and perspective about love and relationships and, you know, what it means to be valued in a connection. I think you're showing them that through your actions. Even in separation, you know, I think your strength is seen. You know, there's things that you're working on, figuring out, getting together and growing on your own, you know, that are, that you're thinking that you're just spending your time thinking on. You may not have time for indecision, you know, because you're over here trying to water this and water that, you know, when it comes to the fruits that you're growing and the labor that you're putting in to really make strides, you know, and have success in your life, I feel. And I do see this leading toward happiness and satisfaction with the Nine of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment here. So I feel you are getting what you want from this person. I feel like you are getting what you want from the situation because of the actions that you've taken. So while you're currently in separation with this person, rest assured that, you know, the impact of your absence, the impact of your presence as well, not just your absence, is felt. See if I want to pull any more cards. We'll just leave it where it's at. All right, I'm going to pull a couple romance oracle cards just to see what comes out, since this is like a love-related reading. Let's see. What could the collective anticipate in love? What are the messages from the romance angels at this time as it pertains to this particular connection and what's to come? Honeymoon. So some of you may be going away with this person. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Or maybe when you're with this person, you just feel like you're taking a trip. You know, this connection, this person can transport you to other places. There is definite passion here. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Definite passion here in this connection that is unmistakable. Let's see what else comes out. Messages from the romance angel spirit. Anything else? Oh, cards flying everywhere. Attraction. So it says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So definitely make sure that you're appreciating the present. That came up the other day too, I believe, the attraction card. And the book Power of Now came to mind by Eckhart Tolle, I believe. I'm probably butchering his last name, Tolle, I believe it is. But, you know, just being in the present and appreciating what it is that you have, showing gratitude for, you know, what's yours already, as well as just acknowledging and appreciating the beauty around you is important at this time. If anything, it just increases your attractiveness and makes you all the more desirable. But yeah, some of you are going away, whether you're going on an actual vacation with this person or when you see each other, it's like you're taking a trip. But either way, you're going places together. And then lastly, we have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So don't be afraid to speak up and say how you feel. If you do have feelings for this person, you know, perhaps actually saying so is in order. You know, or you do it, maybe write a letter. If you're not comfortable with telling this person how you feel right now, write a letter, but don't send it. Don't give it to the person unless that's what you want to do. You know, at the end of the day, we all have free will. So we decide what we do with our time, with our energy, with our effort, who we give our love to, who we give our attention to, etc., etc. So if you do feel compelled to share with this person, perhaps the next time you're together, it could be positive. The outcome could be positive. You know, it's not a bad idea to share how you feel at the end of the day. You know, at least you'll know where you stand and where that person stands, and there will be clarity. But I feel like there's something, you know, you're moving forward even if you are at a distance right now and in separation with your person. I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think that, you know, communication is going to restart and you're going to pick up where you left off effortlessly. So I want to thank you for being here and watching this video. And yeah, see you soon. Peace out, y'all.